Okay, folks, today I wanted to just give you an update of where I am on my build of the AMT White-Freightliner SDDD. Started this kit back in September, actually probably early October, and I've made some good progress. Here's where I'm at. I got the engine built. This is a Cummins. What is this? A Cummins NHC 250. It's a 6-cylinder diesel engine. I don't see a turbo on it, but I thought the engine looks really good. It came together really well. All the fit up was pretty good. So a couple things with the engine. I tried to get a good Cummins tan color. The closest thing I could find was this. Well, this is what I had. This was a Tamiya XF52. It's a flat earth. Probably a little bit too dark, but that's also because this has been weathered. I thought this was pretty close. So this is what I used to get a nice base color for the Cummins tan. And then the transmission is just a flat black. Building the engine, not too bad, pretty easy. Instructions are okay. Just a couple things like, this filter, I don't know exactly where does it go. A few other things with this fuel filter. Okay, again, this is not a part number, this is a step number. You got to first identify the part on the tree visually. Then you come in, where does it go? You stick it there? And I mean, is this right? Where I'm showing this? There's a transmission. Is this right? I hope so. Otherwise, we're gonna, am I gonna have something hitting the cab? A couple months from now, when I go to bring the cab down, is it gonna hit this or something? I don't know. That's the problem. So there's some things there that you got to just work through. It's just not terribly clear on where some of these parts go. And then I did some detailing here, bring out some depth in all of the detail on the engine with this Tamiya panel liner accent color. This stuff's great. It's really just a dark wash, flows really well. And since I sprayed the engine block with the flat earth, which is a flat color, what I do before I hit it with the panel line accent colors, I do a gloss clear, and that just kind of helps this stuff flow through the surface, around the surfaces, crevices, nooks and crannies, a lot easier than a flat color, than a flat base. So if you can hit it with something that's a gloss clear, this will flow and look a lot more realistic, and find those crevices a lot easier if you can hit this with something that's a gloss clear. And then when you're done with that, you can go over with a flat. When you're done with the weathering, you can go over with a flat again to tone it down. So here's a transmission. This is just a flat black. This just goes in here. I don't think I even glued it yet. It just fits up like that. One other thing I also noticed, I don't know why, I don't know if it's just me, but with these with these AMT plastic, I don't know. So here's the chassis. Just back up here. Here's the chassis. I've built the chassis, and this is probably the most important part when you're building a model rig, since they're so long. You want your chassis, you got to really take extra time to make sure your chassis is nice and square and that it lays flat on the surface, so that all the wheels, in this case, I'm going to have a dual drive, so you're looking at 10 wheels. You want to make sure that all 10 of those wheels are going to be in contact with the surface. You don't want this to be twisted or warped. So you got to really take time with these longer chassis to make sure they fit up. And the fit up on this was pretty good. This wasn't too bad. Again, the instructions, again, these are step numbers, not part numbers. For the most part, this was pretty straightforward. I don't think there was anything here that I couldn't figure out what they were looking for. I did notice there's one part that doesn't even show up on the instructions, and that's this round bar. This isn't even on the instructions. So I figured that watching another YouTube channel, I didn't know I would have totally missed this, but that's where it goes. So that's interesting. I'm also, for some reason, having trouble using this super glue on this plastic. It just does not bond well. I'm having a lot more luck with the Tamiya extra thin cement. So this is basically what I've been using to cement all these parts together on every different component. For some reason, this melts the plastic and bonds it. The Loctite super glue is not working as well. Maybe it's just me. So, but here's a look at the chassis. Again, I think I got it pretty straight and square. Everything's touching. I think it's going to sit nicely on the surface when it comes time to put the axles and the wheels on. Here's the 2 rear drive axles. Still working on these. They made it up pretty good, but I still have a decent seam there. I don't know if I'm going to get that any better. This all needs to be primed. And here's the other drive axle. So that's kind of where we're at. My only other complaint is a lot of these parts, as they come off the tree, they have a lot of flash, a lot more flash than the Revell and Tamiya kits. So there's a little bit more time doing some cleanup before you're ready to actually attach the part to the model. You know, some of these, there's some seams and stuff that just take a lot more time to sand down and make disappear if possible. So that's where I'm at. The next step here is just I gotta get the axles on, get the front axle on, and then I think this will be primed and painted black. And I still gotta fit this rod in there a little better. Then we'll come back and maybe in the next couple of weeks I'll do a follow-up video to show you how the chassis turned out. Really not a lot of steps in these instructions, not a terrible amount of parts. So far the fit-up's been not too bad because I've been reading or watching some YouTube videos on this particular kit where some folks were complaining that the fit up is not great. So maybe I've been lucky so far, but I think it's been okay. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Stay tuned for a second video here in a couple weeks when I get done with this chassis. All right, hope you enjoyed that. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.